Today, of course, is Election Day. There is a lot on the ballot, from who will represent us in Congress to state lawmakers and officials to school bonds and levies. We have team coverage for you tonight. Local News 8's Linda Larson is live in Boise, and Kaylee Galaviz is live in Bonneville County. Let's start with Linda.
All right, thanks so much, Todd. Now, what we're looking at here, we are at the state capitol where the election results tonight will change the shape, or maybe not change the shape, of what we're going to be seeing in the next legislative session. Of course, some of the races we will be watching are the governor's race, where Brad Little is seeking a second term, and he has raised about $1 million in his campaigns, and he is going against Democratic Stephen Haidt, who has only raised about $20,000. Even Ammon Bundy raised about $200,000. Now, an interesting note here is that Governor Little has chosen, instead of directly attacking his candidates that he's running against, he has chosen instead to attack the Biden administration and call them to task, in fact, making all of the Democrats seem like they are not what Idaho wants. Now, Lieutenant Governor is also another race we'll be watching, where Scott Bedke, the Republican candidate, is running against Vicki Pickens Manweiler, and we're going to see that as a race where there is no incumbent, because Janice McGeehan earlier in the year ran for governor against Brad Little in the primaries and was defeated there. Another race that does not have an incumbent is Attorney General race, and that's because Raul Labrador defeated Lawrence Wasden in the primaries. So we've got some very, very interesting races we will be covering. We, of course, will let you know all of those results. We expect them to start coming in about 9:15, and we'll have all of the things from the State House that you need to know.
All right, Linda, we will, of course, check back with you then. Thank you so much for that updated report. Now, let's check in with Local News 8's Kaylee Galaviz. She is monitoring things for you in Bonneville County tonight. Kaylee.
Yes, I'm at the new Bonneville County Elections Office, where they'll be counting the votes after the polls close. This is where we'll be for updates, and we'll give them to you as we get them. Some major points of interest in Bonneville County for this election is the District 91 bond and District 93 levy. District 91 is asking for a $250 million bond, the largest in Idaho's history, to build 3 new schools and update an existing one. The bond will only be passed if 2/3 are in favor. And District 93 is asking for a 2-year $11.6 million supplemental levy. In order for it to pass, it must get a majority vote. Earlier, I talked with Bonneville County Clerk Penny Manning, who has been busy all day doing her best to make sure everything is running smoothly.
Well, we've kind of been looking at our ballot count out there. We have a way to track the number of ballots we've sent, and I feel like it's a pretty good turnout. First thing this morning, we heard that there were lines out the doors and stuff like that, so I think that's a good sign that we have a large voter turnout.
Perfect. And so what are some of those numbers that you've seen?
Okay, the numbers I really know at this point are our early voting and absentee numbers. Our absentees were way up from like 2018. Our early voting was down about 1,400, but we made up for it and then some with our absentee returns. So walk-ins early, we expected around a 50% turnout for this election. We'll just wait and see where that we really are.
Awesome, awesome. So around the nation, I guess there's been like some concerns and problems, different things going on. Have there been any issues that you guys have experienced today?
You know, there's always the setup, getting our poll workers up and going. We have a whole staff of runners that we send out to the polls to make sure we are ready at 8 o'clock. And I think things have been going relatively smooth.
That's always good to hear, right? We will be watching the races all night long and giving you information as we get it. Reporting in Bonneville County, I'm Kaylee Galaviz.
All right, Kaylee, we'll check back with you then. Thank you. Now to the Upper Valley, Madison County. Voters have been heading to the polls at a steady pace today. Many of the voters tell us the snow was not going to stop them. The importance of voting brought them out.
Well, it's election day. That's what we do. We get out, we vote, express our opinion, and those that support those that we feel are going to do a good job representing us. And so that's what we do. Come rain or shine, snow, hail, sleet, whatever.
All your votes at the state level determine what happens throughout the whole country. And so in my opinion, it's one of those things that's it's the only time you can kind of control the outcome of what the whole state does, or through your state to the whole country.
Once the election is over, the Secretary of State's office will conduct a post-election audit. This is because of a new law passed earlier this year.